Welcome back to Open Line. We're talking about H.R. 40 that would establish a commission to study whether or not the United States should issue slave reparations. We just have a little bit of time left, but I want to ask both of you. You both mentioned at the beginning that this is not a new concept. This has been talked about for quite some time. Do you think now could be different? Do you think there might actually be enough impetus in Congress for this to move forward? Or is this going to be a continued conversation? Maybe we start with Charlane.
I think about how we have so far to go before we can even get to a conversation about reparations. We can't even acknowledge that racism and institutionalized racism exists in America. When I think about the January 6th insurrection, and the alternative reality that some people in America are living in, and they are climbing up the walls of the Capitol because they believe that their country is being taken away from them. We are living in like a system of two Americas right now. The America that actually truly exists and the false illusion of America that we have been told in our history books and in school, this fairy tale that we are all free and life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and all men are created equal. We are not living up to the ideals that we claim to have in the Constitution. And until we can actually come to grips with the reality of those two Americas and reconcile that, that's why we call it truth and reconciliation, because we got to come to an agreement that the harm has been done. There needs to be a formal apology, and then there needs to be the reparations. So yes, we have so far to go, but we are so close at the same time. When I think about how Georgia flipped, how Black people came out in a pandemic, risked our lives to make America live up to its ideals of democracy. When I think about that, we are so close to what this country could be, but there are forces at play that want to take us back to those good old days when we were property, and we got to reconcile that. But it starts with having a conversation of acknowledgement, and it starts with our white brothers and sisters having conversations with their white cousins and that live in all nooks and crannies of America to say, look, this was not right, and we have to fix it, and it's on us.
We have less than a minute left in our conversation, so Tequila, I want to give you one last chance to share some final thoughts. And what do you hope people will take away from this conversation we've had tonight?
Yeah, so the first thing is I hope that people will begin to think about reparations as a broader term that can help restore some of the dignity that America has lost through some of the injustices that have been inflicted upon our people for so long. And I also hope that this can be a message to people who are in Congress and our state senators to broaden the way that they think about this reparations bill, H.R. 40, because right now, I'll be honest with you, I do not have hope that our Congress or our Senate is going to pass, definitely not our Senate, but our Congress, this has never even made it to the House floor. So I don't have hope that this is going to make it to the House floor today or tomorrow. But I do have hope that there are people out there organizing, there are people out there mobilizing, and there are people out there who want to be in those positions to make sure that bills like H.R. 40 make it to the floor and actually pass.
Tequila, I'm sorry, that's going to have to be our final word on this. We're going to be back with a few final thoughts right after this last break.